It's a very big weekend in South African football as the Premier Soccer League enters its final weekend with two teams at the top tied on points and goal difference, the separation between both. It's Kaizer Chiefs against Mamelodi Sundowns for the title. They're not playing each other, but they are the two teams at the top going into the final day. My name is Tolu Shotade. This is Sports on News Central TV. I got the guys in different locations today. Nnamdi Ekwugba is here on the final day of, as we head into the final day of what will be a very pivotal weekend in South African football.
Yeah, pretty exciting. I think if you go back in time, we really haven't seen, or this is one of the exciting times as those who follow the PSL. It's Kaizer Chiefs and Mamelodi Sundowns going head to head, not playing together like you said, but we are excited, we're looking forward to it, and we expect lots of drama. I think there will be lots of drama.
Tony Koiki is also here. 13 points, that was the gap at some point, but Kaizer Chiefs somehow managed to blow it, but they still hold the aces going into the final day of the season. They've got goal difference on their part.
Absolutely. It could have been much more if they hadn't lost on some particularly key games in the season. Don't forget that they absolutely lost that very, very surprising game against Bidvest Wits, a game that they dominated severely but lost in 94th minute goal. And that has put the cat among the pigeons now because Mamelodi Sundowns have clawed back that disadvantage and are now level with them on points. Only goal difference separate these top two teams. And the last day, we must have a winner. We will have a winner. And something tells me that we will have last day drama.
All right, let's put it into context heading into the final day of the season. Mamelodi Sundowns are the defending champions of the Premier Soccer League. They won the last 2 titles and 4 of the last 6. The last time Kaizer Chiefs won the PSL was in 2015, so they could end a 5-year wait for the PSL title. Let's quickly look at the table and see just how it looks like heading into the final day of the season. There you can see it. So Mamelodi Sundowns are currently in second. Chiefs are top because of their superior goal difference, which means Sundowns have to better whatever Kaizer Chiefs do on the final day to be crowned champions. Plainly put, let's bring today in first. Plainly put, if Kaizer Chiefs do their part of the business and win their game, they probably will be champions.
Most likely, because the fact that they have a superior goal difference, which has been clawed back by Mamelodi Sundowns. They have a +3 goal difference, and they have to hope that they win and that Mamelodi Sundowns don't suddenly open the floodgates and score 7 against Black Leopards. That would definitely put the cat among the pigeons and ensure that they lose the title. But Mamelodi Sundowns also have it to do as well. They're up against Black Leopards, never an easy game, but historically it's always been an easy game. But Black Leopards are also showing good form. They've won 3 of their last 5 games, losing 2. But for Kaizer Chiefs, their destiny is in their hands. It might be a slim chance, but a chance nonetheless. Smidendorp and his players will take it, knowing that they have the destiny in their own hands and can possibly end a 5-year wait for a PSL title.
He's talked about destiny, and destiny could be a very key factor. You can see Nnamdi laughing. Nnamdi, for Sundowns though, they've had what a season. At some point, it looked like they were concentrating on the continent that's taking the CAF Champions League very seriously, and it looked like it had affected their form in the PSL. But hey, on came the COVID-19 pandemic, and since the resumption of play, they've looked like the better team. While Kaizer Chiefs have struggled, winning just 2 of their last 8 games, they've won 3 of their last 4. Yeah. And in terms of on current form, they are probably the form team of the 2.
Against Polokwane, that was the last game they played. It was 3-0. And before that game, the goals difference between themselves and Kaizer Chiefs was 5. So what it meant was that they had reduced it. Now we're talking about 3 goals in terms of the difference. If you can remember sometime in December when Sundowns had the CAF Champions League to deal with, had the PSL to deal with, Peter Mosimane was very, very firm with his players, saying, I don't care if it's December the 25th. I want all of you coming to train. And that's the kind of manager he is. And that's why they were able to get past 13 points and now level on points with Kaizer Chiefs. Now, for Kaizer Chiefs, they face Baroka. Now, that's not a team they've had so much joy playing against. They've played, the last 10 times they've played, they've lost 4 and they've drawn 3, and you know the rest. And it's not so good. And most of the managers in the PSL have been talking about how much pressure plays a part in situations like this. And we saw them play against Chippa, 9-man Chippa. and Kaizer Chiefs to score just 1 goal. So at the end of the day, you look at the team who has more experience, the team who is confident going into that, and it looks like it's Sundowns. But we just can't tell.
You never can tell, can we? But let's talk about key players next. And one area that both teams really look to be strong is in the aspect of goalkeepers. Kaizer Chiefs have had a very, very good season. They have had the captain Itumeleng Akune out for a while. Daniel Ekpe, the Nigerian goalkeeper, has done fantastically well. He had a super game against Pirates early in the season. He's injured. Itumeleng Akune comes in for the final game. On the part of Sundowns, they have arguably the best goalkeeper on the African continent in Dennis Onyango, but he's also injured. And so Kennedy Mweni, who is even more experienced, he won the Africa Cup of Nations with Zambia. He will be between the sticks for them on the final day. In terms of key players, Tunde, these two teams have probably got the best squads in the PSL at the moment.
Yeah, arguably. You look at the fact that the goalkeeping that you mentioned is going to be particularly key for both teams. Itumeleng Akune seemed at some point to be third choice, or even fourth choice for Kaizer Chiefs at some point in time. The last game when Daniel Ekpe was stretchered off, it was actually Bruce Buvuma who was brought in. But Ernst Middendorp made a particularly, brave decision to bring back Itumeleng Akune, who hadn't played for a long time. But the veteran was in between the sticks when they won 1-0 against a 9-man Chippa United. It was a great result nonetheless, but it gives them some kind of impetus going into their final game. Will he still be in between the sticks? It remains to be seen. Then you cannot look beyond the
you think maybe nerves, maybe the pressure he feels. Itumeleng Akune has been there, he's done that, he's won a couple of titles with Chiefs, he's got national team experience. He might be the man for the big occasion.
Yeah, he has plenty of experience on the big stage, playing for both club and country on the big stage. So he's definitely not short of experience at 33 years old. He's been there, done that, and he's a veteran of many battles. It was a brave decision to start him in their last game because, like we said, he'd been particularly match rusty. He had a few clangers in that game as well. Didn't look particularly, steady, but his defense also came to his rescue a few times. Talking about other key players, Lebogang Manyama with 9 assists is their creator-in-chief. Talking about Amakosi, he'll be particularly key for that game as well. Kama Biliat, who many people had written off this season, came up with a goal, only his second goal in an entire season. A man who a lot of people are written off. Could he be the joker in the pack in the final game? And don't forget, Serbia's Samir Nukovic.
Biliat scored just 2 goals in one season.
Just 2 goals in one season.
How does that happen?
It's shocking. But Samir Nukovic has scored 13 for Amakosi. He will be their key striker. He's also missed quite a number of chances as well. In that game against Bidvest Wits, they could have won by as many as 5. He was guilty of missing a gilt-edged chance from 2 yards out. Hopefully you have the shooting boots with him on Saturday.
And Namdi, let me bring you in here. The managers, that's something that's going to be very, very key. 2 very experienced managers. Peter Mosimane, though, he's been the one who's won trophies more recently. Could that be a factor? You almost get the feeling he's super relaxed going into very difficult games. He looks at his Sundowns team and he looks over the shoulder and sees that Chiefs have to play a particularly difficult Baroka team away from home. He'll fancy his chances with his Sundowns team.
Yeah, I think he will. And if at the end of the day Sundowns don't win the PSL title, you say we fought the good fight. You have to look at Sundowns and you want to pick certain players. Tembazwani, one of them, Cirino, the other, Vilakazi, another, Kekena, the captain, another. But most people, in South Africa and across the world who watch the PSL will tell you that the reason that the Brazilians have been this successful has been because of Peter Mosimane. Now, that man has so much experience and it's oozing with that team he has, the Sundowns. So it's something. He's going to sit there. He's going to be relaxed. He's going to tell his players, play the best way you can play. If we lose, it's not bad. If we win, fantastic. But regardless, we have fought the good fight.
All right, Saturday is a huge day, and guys, we need to take the predictions before we jet out. It's going to be very, very crucial. I saw the way the pressure played out when all the teams played at the same time on the penultimate weekend when both teams actually won, and the previous week when they both lost. Going into the final day of the season, who takes the PSL title on Saturday afternoon?
Well, 29 matches down, 1 more to go. I think that 1 match will be enough for Kaizer Chiefs to win it. They know what they have to do. They know they have to win and hope that, like I said, Mamelodi Sundowns don't score a hatful of goals in that game against Black Leopards.
You're nodding your head, Namdi?
I think
that's the case?
No, I'm shaking my head.
Oh, you were nodding?
No, I'm nodding like it's funny. It's funny.
I think Chiefs will win. I think Chiefs will win.
I just
think the pressure will get to Chiefs.
Yeah, it will get to Chiefs. It will get to Chiefs. Chiefs, it will.
Tunde won't?
It will. It will.
It will not get to Chiefs. I think they understand the fact that their destiny is in their hands. They know what they have to do. They know they just need a final push to take it over the line.
Who's
And I
more
think they have
likely to
more
rack up
than
a
enough
cricket score on the final day?
That would be Sundowns.
Who's more likely to rack up a
That would be
cricket score?
Sundowns. Sundowns beating Black Leopards. I think that's what it's going to be. Like 5-0.
I think we might actually have a shot. I actually think that Sundowns might lose against Black Leopards.
All right, so let's take a look at those fixtures once again. Key games heading into the final day of the South African Premier Soccer League. It's Sundowns up against Black Leopards and it's Baroka FC taking on Kaizer Chiefs. Remember, if they both record identical scorelines, it means that Kaizer Chiefs will be champions. But if Sundowns can better and score at least 4 or 5 goals, they will be PSL champions. Anyone who fails to win and the other does win, it's very straightforward from there. So a very, very interesting day in South Africa on Saturday. Tunde and Namdi, thank you very much, guys. Remember, you can be part of the conversation. All you have to do is go to our website. That's newscentral.africa. You can get the very latest on sporting action all across the African continent. And of course, we will be back to give you all the reaction from a final day that we expect will have drama, twists and turns on Saturday. Namdi and Tunde, once again, what are you guys rooting for?
Amakosi.
Sundowns.
Amakosi.
Sundowns.
Amakosi. It's Kaizer Chiefs.
It's Sundowns.
So
Kaizer
Tunde
Chiefs.
goes Chiefs, Namdi goes Sundowns, I go Sundowns. We'll see you guys next time.